Coming up on Look Today, well, the 10th annual Saratoga Firecracker 4 road race will feature new events to raise money for charities. I've got details. And the Adirondack Folk School announces a new executive director. More on that coming up. And South Glens Falls School District will undergo some major renovation projects over the summer. It's all ahead on Look Today. Welcome everyone, I'm Jay Hood Jackson and this is Look Today. In tonight's program, I sit down with Christopher Schmidt. He's a temporary chair of the Warren County Libertarian Party. He's here to talk about new developments for the party and what it means in today's political climate. I also sit down with Cindy Sherwood. She's the VP of Development for Glens Falls Hospital. And we're joined by Carl Cedrone. He's the chairperson for the Glens Falls Hospital Foundation Board of Trustees. They're here to talk about the upcoming golf tournament on July 8th. Plus, we have your weather for the Tri-North counties. But first, we've got these headline stories. Well, in our lead story, the Saratoga Firecracker 4 road race will take place this year, guess what, on July 4. A press conference announced that the 10th annual race will feature a military formation run to kick off the event. Now, in the past, this event has raised more than $250,000 for charities. Well, also new to this year's run is a half-mile run for kids, ages 14 and under. Now, we were at the press conference and spoke to Peter Gutos. He's the co-director for the Firecracker event.
Today we're having a press conference to announce the first children's race in the history of the Firecracker. The Firecracker's been a Saratoga tradition for 9 years. This is our 10th year, and we will be running the kids in an organized fashion at 11 a.m. down Broadway in Saratoga Springs.
Go, Peter. In other news, the Adirondack Folk School has announced a new executive director for the organization. Scott Hayden will take over the reins. Now, he's originally from Maine and is a U.S. military veteran. Well, we were able to speak to him about his mission at the school.
Well, I find it to be an incredible honor that I was selected for this position. I mean, this is a fantastic place, what goes on here every week with all of our classes. So to be selected as the next executive director is a huge honor, and I'm thrilled to be here. Congratulations,
Scott. That's an amazing school, by the way. You should check them out. They offer courses in all kinds of things related to Adirondack living and Adirondack history. It's really a great school. All right, switching from news to weather. Today saw scattered thunderstorms in the morning and rain showers. The temperatures were holding high in the high 50s. Well, let's see how the rest of the week is shaping up. For a more detailed look at our weather, we're going to head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast. And back to the news. Well, South Glens Falls High School will undergo major renovation projects over the course of the next 3 summers. Now, beginning this summer, a new drainage system will be installed in the parking lot as well as new carpeting for the library. Now, the major projects will also include 2-story building addition for 8 new science classrooms. Well, the project will cost an estimated $58 million. The project also includes a 6th classroom addition at Ballard Elementary School and Tanglewood Elementary School. Now, in other news, the issue of corroding infrastructure and water pipes in New York State is serious. In certain areas of the state, underground infrastructure hasn't been updated, you ready, since the early 1900s. And local governments are applying for the necessary grants to upgrade these infrastructures. In many cases, it is not enough to completely rely on the government to make these changes. Now, that means your voices need to be heard. Recently, the South Glens Falls Village Board learned that they need 90% of the residents of each street to fill out a survey form so the local government can apply for the grants to replace the water pipes. Now, the application date is due soon, so the Village Board would like to ask everyone to fill out these forms. Now, we're going to keep you updated on this issue because your input is important. Up next, I sit down with Christopher Schmidt. He's the temporary chair of the Warren County Libertarian Party. He's here to talk about new developments for the party and what that means in today's volatile political climate. Plus, I also sit down with Cindy Sherwood. She's a VP of Development for Glens Falls Hospital. We're joined by Carl Cedrone. He's the chairperson for the Glens Falls Hospital Foundation Board of Trustees. They're here to talk about the upcoming golf tournament on July 8th. But first, if you see news happening, you want to share a story idea, how about join us for an interview? And give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Look Today. I got a couple of lookouts for tonight. First, Ballston Spa High School graduation today. Congratulations to all those students. As you know, we're very involved with the Ballston Spa School District in producing that program, Tech Talks. These students are amazing, so congratulations to those students and their families. And also want to give a look out to Chad Rabinovitz. He's the executive director or producing director for the Adirondack Theater Festival, and they're opening tonight. So over the next couple of weeks, please support this very, very interesting, creative theater group, the Adirondack Theater Festival. And the last one goes to a viewer. I was in Hannaford again last night at the seafood counter, seeing my friend Ange. And the last time I was there, you might remember, I gave a shout out to a Todd Howard. That was all fine, except that Todd's name is Don. Good one, right? I actually know a Todd Howard. Excuses. So at any rate, I want to give that look out to Don Howard. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, tune in tonight for the Saratoga City Council meeting. It's a new one. And don't forget, you can also tune in tomorrow night for the stories that matter to you. Good night, everyone.